I mean, you get rotations in and out. There are just so many talented teams here in the ACC as we have Spencer Etzler starting us off here. Service error on the Cardinal. Service line puts it into play. High set to the left side and a great angle on the ball and a terrific dig by Etzler.
What a huge swing from Fili Mawa, but Etzler, she is right there.
Going over to Rubin, off the block, into the media table, and that is a point for Florida State. It's 3 right side pin. Rubin gets us started on this point. Quickly over to the middle, sent away. The block was strong. It was Parks, and it was Andrew.
Andrew and Parks have been so solid together. Great read and not having Henke on the floor, and she plays with so much confidence and so much experience for being a freshman.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see some of these international players come to the college level as that block collected by Erica Sayer, but finishing my point, they have all these years under their belt already.
I think one thing a lot of people may not know about the professional realm, even during my time playing, a lot of times the club teams that are out there, we usually will bring up a few youth players onto the actual squad. So even during my time playing, we had some girls who were much younger that were on the team, and they're getting so much experience and playing at such a high level from such a young age. So there are a lot of players that then come to the U.S. to play in college, and they come with so much experience already and confidence on the floor.
Back on the floor because we got a heck of a rally capitalized by a block from Jordan Harvey.
And knowing that it's really hard with a team like Stanford. You cannot give them too many unforced errors. They will capitalize and they will run off with it. And as I'm saying that, we see them come back out of that timeout, really ready to go, a lot of fire, knowing that they have to take it by the neck.
Get a timeout play drawn up for one of your best players and the young freshman out of Melissa, Texas, and get the point just like that. An answer down the line.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if that scheme changes at all so far in this match.
Coco Kurt sends it into play. Going right back to the middle again, a big swing by Ewing. Left pin attack, collecting those hands. And now it's Kaylin Russ, the sophomore out of Winter Garden, Florida. Going right back to the slide, and I love that so much.
Forming for this Cardinal squad, and another touch block there, right there.
Sending the ball over so they're able to get it there. In system, right down the middle, the quick attack. We've seen it on the slide, and now we see it on the quick attack. Ipar Kurt to the back line. It's 24-13 set point here in the opening set. One-hander, and on the off-speed, great job by Nunu Kapia.
Tough ball to get to.
Victoria David trailing by 10. 24-14 still the score here. Going right back over to Harvey, who's been the offensive catalyst up to this point.
Tough out-of-system set for Fili Mawa.
Over to Harvey, off the block, and the point to Stanford. 25-14, Cardinal take the opening frame.
Able to have 3 pin hitters ready to attack. So right now, a lot of their pins having to hit really, really tough out-of-system balls. It just makes running your offense very difficult. In their connection so far in this match.
Sayre still leading the team at .432 with the hit percentage. And of course, when you need a point, what do? You go right to Elia Rubin.
And Harvey in front of her.
And I think it's just about changing your game in this situation. She tried to go power a little bit early on. It was sent back now. Just work with a little more finesse. And the power of Lizzie Andrew on display. All 6
capitalizes. I mean, that ball looked like it was going to hit inside the 10-foot line almost.
Rubin throws it down again. You leave it over the net, and 13 will make you pay.
In such a great way.
Yeah, just chiseling off that block. And Rubin continues this long run, 4-0 run for Stanford.
Nicholson really trying to push tempo on the other side with that set to Ewing, but not able to capitalize on that quick set there.
And this has been all Kurt. Of course, she gets the point as well. She gets the pop-up. Expect to see Yamamoto collecting a lot of these balls in the middle of the floor. The transfer from Louisiana was the Sun Belt Libero of the Year. As Andrew gets the kill for Stanford that time. David serves, Rubin answers, and Rubin with another kill. 4 p.m. than it is at 10 p.m.
Definitely, and it can kind of change your fatigue levels, as we know, playing this late, and basically they're going to be playing until midnight in their time zone.
Yeah, that circadian rhythm really does affect your performance. And a great performance up to this point as it continues. 19-12 our score. Lily Nicholson, the junior out of McKinney, Texas, puts it in play.
Perfect pass from Rubin there. That ball kept alive. So they'll get a free ball.
And on two, Parks goes, and Parks scored. Yeah, and Parks shared a room with Elia Rubin to start training camp, and I think those 2 months in that dorm room really just allowed her to.
Actually touches the ball, and Sayer gets that point.
3-0 run for the Card. Back setting, yeah, just out of system. Had to come all the way from that back row and just didn't have an opportunity. And an opportunity galore for the freshman. And Coco kicking it off. And this one is in play. Set right side off the block. And off the shoulder. Great opportunity here for Stanford. Parks, left side, Ipar Kurt. And the off speed is true. But at the same time, it is a roster filled with 9 freshmen for Florida State. So it's just a matter of trying to get any sort of offense going. And off of timeouts, that's what they've been able to do well. But now it's continually carrying the load as we got a back row attack from Fili Maua. Able to find that soft spot right there as she tries.
So efficient with being able to get a touch off of the block and out to score points.
As the kids say, she's locked in. Feels like these teams have switched jerseys at this point. The way that the action has gone. Off the top of the net on the let serve. Going back over to Kurt. And Kurt with a much needed point on that back line as it's 6-15.
4.
Great set there on the right side. Another free ball. You need to capitalize on the situation.
Oh, and that's a tough one there.
As that one sent away. Sayer blotting out the sun. The twines start to unravel a bit when you're making those type of errors. Terrific job setting up that out-of-system attack. Ewing capitalizing on their veteran leadership in their upperclassmen. Harvey, Kurt, alongside Rubin. And one of the upperclassmen on the other side, and Fili Maua with the back row attack.
Very skilled player on all fronts.
And you know how conditioned you have to be a 5-sport athlete as well. Basketball, beach volleyball, track and field, I believe in some rowing. You can see all that effort and energy here as she keeps things going in the third.
Solid block there. I'll go back to Rubin.
And Rubin off speed this time. A great dig by Nicholson. Mason sent right back. Out of system for David. And the block was strong. That brick wall.
Substitution. So Stevenson back in for the Noles.
Nellie Stevens back there to serve, and she's answered quickly by Elia Rubin. Throwing Ava Lambert about 6 feet up into the air. And now, hands clasped tight.
Ooh, tough ball there. Did not get a double call on that from Parks.
Yeah, both sides a little sloppy on this point. And Ipar Kurt.
The patience that they have, and even through the mistakes, the way that they've still been able to score.
Yeah, but some of those plays that seem to be going the direction of the Noles and quote-unquote lucky plays going the opposite direction. And the preparation on full display. That centripetal force just a little too wide right. Going back over to Sayer on the block. This one's still up in play.
To try to close this out, but Florida State, also another team that we also know has a lot of energy and really great players on the floor to throw another team off kilter.
Upwards of 300. They're in that back line. Just barely tipping over the tape. This will be a free ball. Going middle on the quick set. Great pancake dig there by Yamamoto. Right side, Harvey. Got some digits on the way out. 2-0 lead. And the energy and focus is on display. Not very much.
Do that at the end of the third, but just couldn't quite pull away from Florida State.
Back-to-back with the slides, and Lizzie Andrew able to get the kill. And I think that's what you want to do. You want to go back to what's been working all night long, or all season long, I should say. And those middle attacks have been working perfectly for Stanford up to this point this year.
Errors for the Cardinal. I know they're trying to put a lot of pressure on Florida State serve receive.
And this time, the first back row attack of the evening for Jordan Harvey. And that's where she thrives. 10 feet behind the line, flying through.
Florida State just really not ready for that one on the defense.
Anna Pringle puts it in play. Going back over to Feely Maua. Dug up by Etzler. Rubin on the tip. Good job with the read from Feely Maua. Etzler with another terrific dig. Harvey had to cock back to get that one. And just that little bit of indecision.
They were a little more back on their heels on the defense on that, expecting a big hit from her. And so her being out of system, off speed, tipping the ball, trying to keep it alive, no one was ready for that tip.
Going right back over to Harvey. Yamamoto digs that one. On the slant attack for Mason. Now it's Rubin. Feely Maua over to Etzler, who's been reading it well in this fourth. One hand climbing the ladder, Sayer.
Has gone into the scoreboard, so Stanford needing to control those a little bit more and bring the ball down just a little bit, but we're seeing again sets in that one. But so far at this point in the match, haven't seen her as much. We see Nicholson trying to go back to her and get her more involved, and it pays off there.
You had sets a little errant here and there, and eventually they've cleaned things up. And I think putting it in those situations where your players want to perfect it or want that ball for a perfect shot is what you're looking for. Senior getting you started here on this point. Trying to go over to the freshman, and the block sends that ball away. It was the freshman Logan Parks. You put it in a good spot, you kept it in play, and gave your team an opportunity. Parks going to the slide and the down ball. Erica Sayer gets the final point as the Card take it 3-1. 25-14, 25-13, 22-25 in that third. And 25-13, Stanford able to get the victory after 4 sets of play. The ACC is no slouch.